Blub blub everyone, welcome back to another round with Shadows of Forbidden Gods. This time, we look at, unfortunately too late, Runaway. This time we look at Mammon, Wealth of Man, Spirit of the Mountain. We will look at Minerva another time, Runaway, that's fine. Let's read what he does, actually. And let's read what we can expect. Mammon came into existence when an ancient nation, which fueled its wealth by digging deep into the mountains, held a 7-day-long festival to celebrate its prosperity. Unknown to them, the emotions gathered by this festival were the catalyst, the dances and ceremonies working like a ritual, the chants calling to something new. As the festival ended, people looked at their possessions, and where they once found peace in knowing they had enough, they now found pride in having more than others, and pain in knowing others had more than them, consuming them with greed and envy. Too deep and greedily, yes, it's basically the dwarves. The dwarves spawned Mammon. Well, then we all learned tonight. Exactly, Joy. Mammon's influence spreads along trade lines. Okay, that's interesting. And also, we had some very bad luck with trade lines the last few times. So we'll have to look at that. And brings nation under his influence by spreading the constant craving for gold. As the people gain gold, their hunger for it only grows, and they become decadent, losing touch with their humanity and falling into obsession and sin. I think they also go mad, but you know. Mammon has a unique victory, as he can consume his own followers, satiating his greed for the moment. So that's basically what we do. We eat our own followers. Sounds nice. Mammon's mechanics evolve around the wealth of the mountain and influence. Yeah, see, the mountain, which is unfortunately a very attackable place and can be plundered. We need to be very careful of that, it says here. The mountain has both menace and profile, which is always bad, and expanding your influence will require you to raise both, which is bad. Mammon must devour crowds of people under his influence to break his seals, rather than them breaking over time, which can be good, but also can be really bad. As we have seen with the evil beneath. Doing so will increase the mountain's menace. Expanding the influence is then possible via powers, but increases profile as it does so. These will cause heroes to raid the mountain, stealing Mammon's wealth, although reducing the menace as they do so. Sounds okay. What says Terrible Hamster? To a dwarf, gold is actually sort of an important vitamin. They need to live. Yes, exactly. Powers. Mammon's maximum power and power generation rate corresponds to the number of humans covered by his influence and their prosperity, which is bad because we need to eat them to progress. So we actually build power and then we eat them and destroy our power again, which is... The more you spread your influence to the wealthy nations, the more powerful you will become. Greed and decadence. While under Mammon's influence, rulers will either gain greed or decadence. The greedy hate the decadent, and will either start causing political unrest if they are a duke under a decadent king or queen, or start wars if they border a decadent kingdom. That sounds good, because that will distract them from raiding me, I hope. If a greedy or decadent ruler starts a war, Mammon can devour their sin to rapidly advance the seal-breaking process. That's also good, because that means we don't need to eat our people and gain more power, or keep more power. Victory and defeat. Mammon can win a unique victory by devouring sufficiently large quantities of his worshippers, and by eating sin, as humanity declares war on itself out of greed. He will be defeated if the mountain is ever raided to the point where no wealth remains, and that is kinda the point, and kinda harsh. So I'm not sure how easy this will be. Probably not at all. Does anyone want to contribute a seed? I take numbers. Everyone a single-digit number, please. You can put in multiple. And then we'll see what you guys spawn for me. A 4. Give me more, come on. Okay, Monaway, I'm not going to take all of those. I mean, I'm going to take a few, because... A 6, yes. 7, 6, 5, okay. Well, that's our seed now. Oh, we were quick enough and brought your numbers in. Let's go. Turn limit, blah, all of that is in there. Okay, I put the 3 in too, if I can. There you go. For you. Ah, I can't. You know what? I'll delete a 0 from Manaway. That was a little decadent as well, putting that number in. There you go, Joy. Your 3 is in there too. You have contributed 2 numbers. Be proud. Or actually, be at fault. This is all fine. This is all fine. This would just make it a little clearer, but I don't care really. This is all fine. I'm not sure if Pangea or smaller islands are better. Smaller islands would be worse, but we need trade lines. If the trade lines suck, we can basically re-roll, is what I've got from the explanation there. So this is all fine. This is all fine. Okay, God sets the minimum. The minimum world panic will never rise if we don't break seals, so we can just bide our time if we want. We only have 500 turns. We could make that unlimited, but we only have 500 turns. Okay, do we have that much influence already? And we're in literally the middle of the map. Okay. This is the mountain. And these are all under my influence. That's interesting. Where do I see that, though, apart from on the map here? I would like to get an introduction to each god a little bit, to see what the stuff on the map really means. Huh. That's kind of weird. Okay, let's see the map a little bit. There's also a war going on with the orcs. Oh, but boobies. Oh yeah, you did. Oh, you did that. Oh god, man away. I just panic typed it in. Only seed that ever truly works. I see. If only you could have said that before, but no. I didn't recognize it. I'm sorry. It's not like on a thing, on a calculator. That's the word. So I'm looking for elves actually. Okay, we don't have the elves here. There are some elves there. There's a coven. That's pretty nice. Only connected by 1, unfortunately, and then by nothing. So this coven is really bad. This is really, really bad. We should have 3 of those, though. There's another one. This one is much better. Well, a little better. No, not much better. Unless we can kill these orcs. And the elves are all up here. Okay, the elves are just completely isolated. And we can probably turn them with this. That could be nice. Having a Dark Empire here, maybe? Would be cool. The Supplicant looks different. Who wants to be the Supplicant? The Supplicant of the great god Mammon. Mammon. We also have Grow Influence. Mammon's influence spreads by word of mouth as merchants from distant lands speak of the mountain of gold, of the treasures and wealth found in there, and as dreams of luxury and decadence take hold in the minds of the listener. Add a location to your influence. Okay, sorry, my microphone. Just needed to fix that a bit. Must be on a trade route, must be adjacent to a location under influence, and you must have efficient expansion remaining. You have 0 steps left. Increases the profile of the mountain by 7 per step. That's not good. Raising risk of heroes raiding it. Profile reduces over time. Oh, that's good that the profile reduces over time, so we just need to bide our time there. Devour Sin. Wait, this is kind of confusing, though. It says you have 0 steps left. You must have sufficient expansion remaining. How do we start with so much expansion already? That's kind of weird, isn't it? But also interesting. Basically have a lot of influence already, which is good. When humans kill their fellow man out of lust for gold, their souls are lost to Mammon, I guess. Their common bond of humanity is lost in favor of material cravings, and they surrender all that was light and good about them. Light and good? Oh god, what is this English, guys? Who wrote this? Mammon grows stronger with each drop of blood traded for gold. Exploit a location in a society which has declared an offensive war and is under the effects of greed. Where do I see greed? To gain 100 souls for the mountain. 100 souls, okay. To break seals and hasten Mammon's awakening. Cannot target the same location twice. Oh, that's also not great. Must be cast on a settlement with greed of at least 50%. Okay, so it's a modifier. Okay, good. which belongs to a nation which has declared an offensive war. But we can only have a settlement once. Every settlement that we devour sin from can only give us 100 souls. And we cannot go there twice. It's not like with the other god we just did, where we need to eat the dead. And we could eat the dead multiple times from the same location, if there are more dead. But here that is not possible. That's... okay. Call of the Mountain. The allure of wealth grows too strong for some to resist, and they fall into an obsessive, trance-like state. Giving up all they have, not their have, what the hell, and all they once valued in order to pursue a dream of infinite riches. Calls a crowd of humans from a settlement, causing them to walk towards the mountain where they will be devoured. 25% of the population will be called. Mammon's so 4 times and the settlement is dead, basically. Mammon's influence can be expanded along more trade lines after eating sufficient souls. So yeah, after breaking seals, basically. Heroes can have some of the population via a quest. Can save some of the population via a quest. But more may join as the crowd enters a new settlement. Oh, so on their way. Okay. Must be cast in human settlement under or adjacent to Mammon's influence with population of at least 10. Okay. So I guess that would give me 10 people, would give me 10 souls. So if you have a settlement like a city with 150 people in there, and we get all of them as 150 souls, I think the Devour Sin is much stronger then. That's interesting. So we definitely want to get to that point. Create Shadow Market. Ooh. The ebb and flow of wealth may seem random, but it is all following a great system. Too vast for a human to comprehend. It's actually not that vast, but sure. Creates a Shadow Market modifier. Your agents can grow it to cause it to reduce the location's prosperity and cause greed. Although it will gain menace and profile in doing so, in so doing. What will gain that? The market or the agent? If it's the market, who cares? If they destroy the settlement, oh well. That is at least victory points. We only have 1% right now. It can be linked to another location via trade route and will boost their prosperity. Can we make trade routes? It sounds like it. Maybe later when we increase. That's the same. Okay, that's the same text above there. Adds a smuggling modifier and links it to an existing shadow market. The smuggling modifier adds Mammon's influence to its location and increases prosperity based on the level of the shadow market's level. Okay, that's kind of weird. So we're basically making a trade route with that? That's so weird. Must be cast on the city with infiltration at 100% within 5 links of an unlinked shadow market. Oh god. What description? With neither a shadow market or smuggling modifier of its own. And 5 links is now not 5 hexes, even though in this game that makes much more sense to talk about links. I'm disappointed in you, Gary. Oh, I'm sorry. Because of the boobies. It happens. But okay, so 5 links this time, so not the hexes that we just learned. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. That's the whole. That's really far. I like it. Where's my trade? Trade. Oh, okay. We have a. Ooh, that is a good trade route right there, because that will bring us to the elves. That is an amazing trade route. Oh my god. That one is huge. That's what she said. That one can be good for the elves. It's actually the same. That's kind of weird. There's an internal one. This one we can already use if we infiltrate that city that's already influenced by us. So that's good. But that's mostly orcs. That one will be much more useful. But we need to get this city here or this city here. Ugh. It's not nice. Yeah, this one is good. This one is also very good. Both of them lead to the elves. So whatever we want to take, elves. And there is a trade route from the mountain. Up north. Coming here, which then goes into another. So this one is probably the best one right now. From the Paris Basilica. But we need to infiltrate this by 100%. to use it, I think. If I understood that correctly. I have no idea. And we have the supplicant. Who wants to be the supplicant? You will get him next time? Enormous even, indeed. Yeah, this trade route would basically influence all of this whole thing here. That's huge. Although this city is really hard to get because there's just another city next to it, so security will not drop. This city is really easy to influence though, because only 4 in security. So we probably need to get the city of Candes, which will be much easier to get because we can drop the security instantly by 3 with these 3 infiltrations. Where are all the covens? So we have one coven here with us, which is great. I wish they would go here and inhabit this, so it could flow all around here. That would be so good. I still want shadow, guys. I always want shadow. But it's more about this influence. Now, where do I see this? There's some greed here. Not much. People of this location are under the influence of Mammon, but lack prosperity, so are growing hungry for gold. Well, they do have too much. We have influence. Well, this modifies that 100% this location and its neighbors are under the influence of Mammon, allowing Mammon to use its powers here and for decadence and greed to grow. But there's no decadence. There's just a little greed, but that will just go away in a second, so... The mountain's wealth. The mountain's vast reserves of gold and other treasures, if it reaches 0%, will be destroyed. It gains menace and profile as Mammon exerts its power. Currently 0-0. Oh, I can't really see that otherwise, but with this stupid modifier. That's the problem with games that change their whole gameplay, or try to. It becomes a little weird how they can do that. And heroes will raid it to loot the treasure or destroy Mammon. It can be restored maximum 100%. By luring crowds into the mountain, it also expands Mammon's influence. So I don't know what these chains mean. There's decadence here. Oh, I think I see what it means. So the chains means we actually have influence maximized here. Or at least some influence. I don't know when the chains appear. But we don't have that here. This is just adjacent to influence. And that means we can still use powers here. Okay. Interesting. I don't think our influence interacts with shadow though. So we can still unshadow everything. And again, we need to distract people from the mountain. As we always do. Also, what would be interesting is lowering their prosperity with, you know, plagues and stuff. Could also help to make them more greedy. But I don't think I want I want these guys to be decadent, I think, and the other stuff to be greedy so they declare war on them, I guess? I don't know. I'm not sure if it is a good start, Terrible Hamster. I have no clue. I don't know this god. I don't know what would be good. It's interesting that I have so much influence already, just for free, which is very nice. And that means I probably need it to at least gain any power. 10 turns for a power point? What the hell? What agents would we get here? Which one would be the best second agent? I think we need a lot of infiltration still. So it's probably the courtier again, or the trickster. I do like the courtier and their abilities, their specialties. They are quite good. I like the courtier very much. I do love the trickster too. She's great. But the spread of abilities is also better with the courtier, I think. Because I don't care about might in my play most of the time. What does the survivor need? Requires a location not held by humans with terrain either Arctic, snow, or tundra. And for World Panic to be over 30. Okay, that's fine. You also get an achievement if the survivor survives 100 turns or something. I would have liked to try the Buccaneer as well. Specialized in raiding cargo ships at sea, which doesn't exist. To bring gold back to the Orcish Horde and further its growth. Yeah, orcs will not be a thing here in this map. There's way too few. Her raids will harm human prosperity, reducing their military strength, and she has a... That's actually good. And she has a talent for avoiding heroes' retaliation for her actions, either by avoiding their detection or escaping at speed. That's all really good. So I don't think the Seeker will be good here. Although I would like to try her out. to awaken Shoggoth. The Shoggoth abomination. A mighty creature able to challenge the armies of large kingdoms. He must seek out 5 secrets across the world. Different aspects of the creature's evil in order to release it from its sleep. So yeah, that's why I think with Minerva the Seeker could be really good. Because he, you know, you need to run around for her anyway. You could combine that. You think the Courtier? Yeah, let's go with the Courtier. And we need them at the city. What would be their main city? I think we'll still use the ability to reduce any security in cities by 1. And not just their home city, because home city seems so... That must be a really important city. We also have some deep ones here, that's kind of nice. At the elves... I don't think they will do much there. Okay, we could try it here. And have him do his stuff here. While the supplicant starts with getting the convent going. The coven going. Why do I say convent all the time? It's not religious. Well, it is. It's witches, but it's the other kind of religion. I think we're gonna go here. Oh, there's a lot of political instability in the city. If it reaches 300,000, 300%, the society will fall into civil war. Okay. Which would also be interesting, but... I think we let him start here as his main city, because this is a big trade route that we wanna abuse. Or we let him start in Paris Basilica to start the process to get this trade route going. Although this goes through orcs, which is kind of weird, but at least this we could use quicker? Question mark? This has these 2 settlements connected. It's kind of easy. What's your... 10! What the hell? Because of a freaking holy order and the capital. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. What is yours? Yours is only 9. Okay. It's also the capital, but at least the holy order is not there. What holy order is this? Because we probably want them. Okay, Convocation of Purity. We'll look at that. I think this is a good choice. Because there is a great trade route, and we want to lose security in every city. We want to push that down. That's only 8 now. And we can push that down by another 3, so that would be 5. So let's try that. There's also a cathedral here which we could desecrate. That would be neat. So let's start the process here and go infiltrate. Again, no idea if that's a good strategy what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now, level up. What do you want? These are different with every supplicant. Which is also weird that Minerva doesn't have... Minerva doesn't have one? Whatever she's called. Minerva with vines. Priceless gift. When this trait is first acquired, gain an artifact level item. Oh, I don't know what that... I don't think I've ever seen one. When in a location under Mammon's influence, gain 3 gold per turn. That's actually pretty good. When this trait is first acquired, gain 200 gold. I think 200 gold is not enough. I think this is really nice. We would always have gold. Basically. At least for the first while. Which can help us quite nicely. But we could also just rob some places. I don't know. Should we try the artifact? We could save and look what the artifact will be, and otherwise just reload. If we think the wealth is better. I think we'll try that, because I have no idea what artifacts are in this game. There we go. Let's try this. Reduces security in the agent's location based on its shadow up to -3. Okay, I did see this one before. I didn't know it is an artifact item. This is quite nice, actually. If we can push shadow. Is that better than 3 gold per turn in our influence area? Could that help us immediately? Only if we get shadow going really quickly. This is a great item, but is it great enough for us? If I have infiltrated a place, I could still just rob it to get gold, so... And I probably will have to just make them greedier, I guess. But I don't know. Guys, is that good enough for us? It is huge, though. Because it negates a lot of security. If it's good enough for you. Yeah, that's the thing, is it? The Hood of Shadows. I mean, it does work with the Supplicant. I mean, look at them. The Supplicant looks quite different for Ophanim, by the way. It's pretty interesting. It's good enough for me, well. Okay, let's go with this for a bit. And let's see. Now, I think we start this quickly. We go here at the start, you know, and see how it goes. There are some orkies here. I don't think they will do much. I actually would like to kill them and just take them over and have them some shadowment here. They can be enshadowed though and should push shadow through as well. Do you? Oh, you have 100% shadow. Oh, that's nice. So we basically get a second source right now. But hopefully the shadow will spread down here and through this. That would be amazing. How does the underground look? There are basically no dwarves in this game. What? That is all the dwarves? They love gold. Well, some of them. They like humans, weirdly. Oh my god, they like humans. Why do we like humans? Okay, so that is some easy influence not achievable, okay. But maybe in this game we don't care about the underground being taken. Maybe it's good if it's taken because it means more humans to eat or something. I don't know. Now what can we do? We could grow our influence. On a human settlement with a trade route. Adjacent to a location under your influence, you must have consumed worshippers using Call of the Mountain to allow expansion. Where do we see the expansion? Each raid will steal 10 wealth from the mountain, so 10%. So we have 5 raids that we could endure right now. And reduce menace by 10. Note that Mammon's menace does not reduce with hero enshadowment. As their sins, not their virtues, drive them to seek the gold. Okay, that makes... I have no idea about that. What? Okay. It's very weird. There's no sin to devour. Must be cast on settlement with greed at least 50%. Which belongs to a nation which has declared an offensive war. Civil war rebels included. So civil war could work. Okay, that's actually better. Cannot target the Dark Empire. Makes sense. Cannot target the same place twice. That sucks. And I bet in the background they will just put a flag on a settlement where we already used that. We could call some people. That's 48 population. That's 24 population. That's 70 population. I mean, let's try it. Oh, I didn't want to not show that. It's fine. Infiltrate the coven. Oh, wow. 13? What? Has no security. We're just so bad. Oh, God. Start of a game. So, population, huh? Where? Oh, that. So we get 18. We instantly break the seal. And they can kill them. And we need to look here for the menace. Ugh, that's so shitty. Why is it not here? Religious tensions, okay. We definitely need to actually infiltrate these places. What is happening here? Decadence is going up high. Ooh. Because of so much gold, I guess. And the influence of Mammon and their wealth is high, so they are growing decadent. Becoming corrupted by their wealth. Okay. And it's the capital. Oh. That could destroy security when someone, you know, does something there. Okay. How does that work? Call to the mountain. Why does that take so long? Crowd eaten. A crowd of people have reached... That takes a while once they're here. A crowd of people have reached the mountain and gone inside to be devoured by Mammon. 18 progress has been made towards breaking the seals and satiating Mammon's hunger. You may use powers to expand Mammon's influence along trade routes for up to 1 more locations. That's not much. The added bounty they carried has replenished the mountain's wealth by 5%. Only? Oh, wow. That was half a raid. For 36 menace and 10 profile. A raid takes 10% and takes away 10 menace. So we just gained 3 raids worth of menace for 5% wealth. Yeah, that's a total. That totally maths. Totally. Blah, blah, blah. Menace. Oh, at least it shows it here too. I didn't even see that. I didn't read further. By 3% per turn. Okay, that's also good. Their menace profile is therefore lost per turn at high menace profile values. Yeah, the higher, the more loss. Which is good. But also makes them really going for us. We broke the first seal. Expand your influence and increase your power. And I think that actually spilled over, so it must have with the other god as well. Causes one of your agents to use 40 of their gold to distract all nearby heroes. I don't like that. Okay. Now I wish we would have gone for the gold, not for the artifact. Great stuff. With our supplicant. Because then they could just stand in the mountain and just disrupt everyone. Until the menace goes down. And just gain more and more still in terms of stuff. You're still infiltrating for 9 turns. You are infiltrating here. There's no coven here. There must be 3. So there's one very inconsequential one up here. Is there one up here? Oh yes, there is. Ooh, I want this one early. I think we're going straight for them after this one. I think we will. We gained another power. Still don't know what to do with it. I mean, there's a trade route here. Oh, this is not even my influence yet. Oh, that's cool. I don't think we can reach this. Even with me taking this down, but I think this is pointless. I would have thought this works like the snack ability with the trade routes, but at the moment we don't have any of that. This only gives me one step further. I will never be able to reach this. So I could take this one now. But there's no trade route here. Okay. I don't think I enjoy that, because I think what you need is a very specific set of trade routes. Look at that. None of these trade routes actually connect to my empire. How will I ever get there with my influence? Maybe I misunderstand something. Because I would need to hop 3 times to actually get to the one with the trade route, but I can only hop to the trade route. Can I get influence in another way? Your agents can grow it to cause it to reduce the location's prosperity and cause greed. Although it will gain menace and profile in so doing. or in doing so. It can be linked to another location via trade route and will boost their prosperity. So you basically drain this. This is a drain, this is a sink, and this is a source. So what you're doing is, like, I put that shadow market on Paris, on the Paris Basilica. Paris Basilica, I don't know. And then push through here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately not here. But I could put the smuggler ring here. Or maybe I put one here and then the next one here. Maybe that works. Because I have to go along trade routes. And that's literally the only trade route I can ever reach. Which sucks. I could maybe reach this one. Too. And go up to the elves. But basically what I'm doing is I drain the wealth here and put it here, and therefore make these guys greedy and these guys decadent, which will cause them to declare war on this. Which is another nation. That's basically what I'm doing then. Oh god, what are these nations? This is literally one nation, oh my freaking god! What is your main city? Probably one that I cannot reach. This one. Yeah, I cannot reach this with my influence. I don't know how that works. Because the only way to grow your influence is a human settlement with a trade route adjacent to a location that I already influence. So that means I can never reach this trade route. Because maybe if I consume more people and break more seals, maybe I can skip locations, and that would work. Because it says steps away, right? I need to understand this. This is very important in how to do the strategy. Shite. It doesn't, what? How, where does it say it? Oh, I hate that it doesn't say it here somewhere. I want to get that. Wait, events. Message log. Crowd eaten. And I cannot really. I cannot read those again? Fuck. I want to read this event again. Oh, and also, you're the chosen one, of course. So I need to watch you. Good, you have no lore. That's great. Although this time you don't need it. Because you can just... Literally, they could just go into my mountain and just raid me over and over and I would just lose. It's kind of weird. This one is not even infiltrated. You've got to be kidding me, game. So I need to do that too. Night out at the inn. Doesn't matter. Nothing happens there. And, of course, the chosen one is aware now. I mean, of course he is. He's a little bastard, after all. So I still have no idea how the strategy is here, guys. Population seems to be a bit short. Oh, the dwarves. Ha 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 ha. Wow. Wow, Terrible Hamster. So what if I drain this city completely from population? Oh, and by the way, those were thousands of citizens. So this is actually 5.6k? Or is that 65,000? It can't be 65,000. This is a medieval setting. You couldn't ever put so many people in a city. I mean, you could, but that would require vast lands around to support the city, and also, man, that city would be full of shit. Quite literally. Combat banditry, that's fine. This all sucks. You can lose some health, that's fine. 2 HP, that's okay. We know that event, I'm not gonna read it again. What right now? Infiltrate Coven. So we did this. Good. So we will now get maximum amount of influence for us. Unless we have them enshadowed, which will take a while. They have Dark Worship though, so we could push. And I think we will. We go and push once, but first I'm gonna lay low real quick, because that's gonna be very quick now. 4 per turn. And you are going to get... I think you're gonna get more lore. Although we have to infiltrate a few locations with you, but... I wanna have the push quicker. And I think after that you just go... After you did one push, you go here. And do that for the elves as well. Over eager guards. This sucks. Well, enjoy some menace. It's fine. Good. Your laying low is done. You infiltrate the farming community. That's good. Push some Dark Worship. At least once. I'm not going to do it twice, I think, but once I will. And you are going to go probably here and do that again. This has 0 security, this has 0 security, so it doesn't make any difference. Just go here, infiltrate the fortress, you're good. Because we want to destroy the security here. Also, we need to break some seals, and we have some power. I want to just create the shadow market. It needs to be infiltrated. Okay, so that's not going to work. And smuggling as well. Oh, wow. This is very restrictive. This literally has to be a city with infiltration of 100%. Within 5 links of an unlinked shadow market. And the shadow market needs to be also in a city. Impossible. I can't do it. This is impossible. This doesn't need to be on a trade route though, right? I mean, not that that would help, but no, it doesn't. Okay, I know what they're going with. Okay. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. I could put one here, a shadow market, and could put a smuggling here, and then it would drain the prosperity from here to here. These guys would be greedy, these would be decadent. We would declare a civil war or something, probably at some point. This ruler would declare war on them. But that is so hard to do. What the frick? Okay, we could basically do that here too. Because that is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So if I infiltrate this 100%, this 100%, that's easy to infiltrate. We could just make... That's the question, which way around? We could basically put a market here, a smuggling ring here. These would gain prosperity, these would lose prosperity, and we would, you know, put pressure on this kingdom to attack the elves, which would be the wrong way around probably, but it's a very small kingdom. That is very restrictive. You need a map that is perfect for these gods sometimes. I don't like it. You could basically make these small, very small empires or the kingdoms just kill each other by doing that. But we need 100% city. You know how hard it is to take a city. Oof, that's disgusting. That is really hard to do. How should I do this? Ouch. And this has to be on the trade route. It's weird that I don't see the trade routes here. So basically I can take this. I can have influence here. And then here. And then there and there and there and there. And I can go the whole trade route. But why does it help me? I don't know. But I do want to get to the city for more influence there. What's the mountain doing? Still a little bit, okay. We have very, very small wealth. Well, let's take some time for now. Because we're still doing this shit to start some shadow. Orc suppression, okay, sure. Banditry, it's fine. But that is weird. If it's possible, do you need to restart? I don't know. I can't wait for a perfect map. That is impossible. It's just... you have to. To really pull something off? How much do you actually need? Not much. This is enough. And now next turn you do this. Now, because it just says I need 200% cities. They all need to be infiltrated. And then I put a sink here, a prosperity sink here, and or the other way around, doesn't matter, and a smuggling ring that increases prosperity here, and therefore, you know, making them more greedy and stuff. The problem is I cannot make them greedy unless I have influence, so this is in itself impossible. I have no idea how this would work. Isn't it that I can just make them... No, it's not. I can make them decadent even if I have no influence. No. No, they need to border my influence to get decadence. That is bullshit. How would you ever do this? Huh? That makes no sense to me. I mean, we could, you know... This is a whole... Is this a whole... Yeah, there's a whole queendom. It's just this abbey. So we could basically... drain wealth from here to here. No, it's not a city. Fuck. It needs to be a city. It needs to be 2 cities, otherwise this doesn't work. What is this stupid power? What the hell? Am I understanding this wrong? This is a city and this is on a city, yeah. Is there a single point on this map where I could actually use that? Because it is only possible here. I could basically... Yes. I could drain prosperity from here to here and make those guys go to war. That's it. That's literally the only place I could ever do this. Maybe here too. But as we have... Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is possible. So I could... But this is their own city, so... Okay. Yeah, this village shouldn't be here. Then it would be possible from here too. Because I don't think from their own city to their own city makes much sense. I don't know. That is a weird ability. Since I can only get my influence growing from trade routes. Avak had an amazing map for this, actually. Once. He hasn't played this guy, but he had a map where we had a city here, and then were trade routes going from this one city, literally, as a start and end point, from this one city, up, left, right, down. That thing was the most amazing trade hub I've ever seen in this game. If you would use the ability of your snake on that city, you would have enshadowed all of this. That was ridiculous. He was playing off on him, I think, so it didn't do anything for him, but this is what we need here. We basically need a controlled and an influenced point. And from this point, there needs to be trade routes going in all directions. And only from this point. And there shouldn't be any trade routes that are disconnected, because all of these are useless to me now. Which is disappointing. Look at this. All of useless, useless, useless. Because I can never get any influence there. This is the only trade route that matters for us. Because this is the only one where we can expand from. If I understand this correctly. Because you can only grow along trade routes. That means I cannot grow here, I can only grow there. And then I can only grow there, 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 and there, and there. And that's it. That is all my growth I can ever do in this game. Right now. And I think I misunderstand something, because I must. Because that is so restrictive and bullshit, that is just pure map RNG. Weird. But maybe that's what I, you know, need to deal with. Could be. Where are some good people? Look at that. Good people. Let's go. Eat them. Yes, that's nice. That's gonna be no wealth and a lot of menace. Perfect. That's gonna be harsh. Let's hope it's not too much already. Okay, you're done. You have given a little bit enchantment here. A little bit there, and good amounts here. That's good. That's really good. Now, where can the shadow flow? Only here. Which is not that good, of course. I wish I could do that again, but I'm not sure I could. Let's just go here. I don't know why you show me the magic. Apparently there is some magic here. No, there isn't. So I don't know why you would show... Oh, there's one here. Yes. There's an arcane secret here. Okay. That makes sense. So really, I have no idea what I'm doing here. 100%. Absolutely no clue. It seems quite weird. And I hope I have an ability that gives me influence. It says I can increase the influence of the market. So I can give it menace and drain more harder. That's it. Ugh. I don't know. Feels weird. Should I get a guard? Yeah, get 2 cell swords while you're here. And you also get more intrigue, because that's what you do. For civil war, own cities should work. Yeah, but how does that work? Because if this city is rising up against its own shit here, and this is the capital, would that be literally only this city? Because that is not big of a civil war. It would still help us, because we could drain from this city, but I don't know. We have a lot of deep ones going on. That's kind of nice. Don't know how they will interact. The sun begins to set. First shadow begins to take hold. Yep. That is neat. We have some victory. That's also neat. We will break the second seal right now. That's not that neat, because that will increase world panic. Hopefully not too much. You could lay low here. That will take a while, but it's still good. I hope with the next seal I get a new agent. We will need one. Crowd eaten. 62 menace. Yeah, that will be the first. And only 7% wealth. Ugh. But that will be the first time we get raided, I bet. That is a lot of menace and a lot of profile. I mean, the menace doesn't matter as always. Oh, we gain nothing, but an agent slot. Cool. If that's also all the powers I'm getting, we're fucked. I don't get another power, really? Oh, God. Okay, this is a weird god. Well, maybe in the next one we will. 29? Okay. But we got an agent slot. That's what I wanted. Oh, God. Who would help us here? Okay. The aristocrat can make people kill each other. But we would need some plagues or some unrest for that. And then they can make nobles kill each other. Is that what we want? The dissident can sow dissent and further civil war. And that's, I think, what we want. Here, as you can see, they can change the heir to a nation, cause civil war, and their trades let them increase unrest or decrease security in areas which are experiencing political turmoil already. So that's basically what we want. We want civil wars to happen, to grow. So I think the dissident would be the best choice. Is that true? That feels weird. Okay, the aristocrat can technically start civil wars too. But we need crises, like plagues or famines, which you will help fix. Well, we can't make a crisis right now. We don't have a plague doctor, so we need to do it the long way, which takes forever. The good thing about the dissident is more intrigue from the beginning. So it's easier to get into cities, which we will need. Because basically she has to make her own crises, but she doesn't have the lore for it. He neither, but he doesn't need that. And creating a famine, I'm actually not sure how to do that the most effective way. I mean, you can just raid farms, but that's very hard because of all the menace you're gaining and all the profile. Because raiding is a very obvious thing, you know, you can't hide that much. So it's between those two, I think. Because of their innate ability to create civil war, which we want. Basically, we want a lot of civil war and we want a lot of war. Just, that's all. Just who would be the better one? He can definitely increase internal strife. And he doesn't need anything for that. She does need the crises. But I'm not sure who's more effective. So if there's political turmoil, they can even increase unrest, which would be kind of good. I don't know which one is the better choice, guys. It's also weird that you create her and place him. It's very weird. The good thing is he's an elf. He could just get elven warbears and would be fine as with protection for now. But they're both equally inept with lore, which is kind of shit. I'm at a loss here. I don't know both of them enough. I think the better one would be the Dissident. And he's also an elf. But it's humans that need to declare war on humans, right? It doesn't matter if they declare war on elves. And that's really confusing sometimes in this game. Because that's not always true. Sometimes it says human because human is the default. It's like America, you know? America is always the default, which is idiotic, but for Americans. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't work with others, you know, with elves or with dwarves. I think I'll try the Dissident. I don't know. At least I know that he can do some stuff. And I don't know if we can get the crises going, is the problem. I don't know how. I mean, at some point we will. Once we have the cities infiltrated. But getting the cities infiltrated is hard. And I think he's better with that. And I'm just going to put them at the elves so he can just get the warbears and then come down here. He could infiltrate them as well. Which could help here with the shadow, but I mean, put him at the coven. And let's just infiltrate here. So, when in a settlement with unrest above 50%, it and any lingering resentment will increase by 1 per turn. Revolutionary. When in a settlement, political instability or political education increase unrest by 1% per 75% of their modifier. By the modifier. I don't even know how to make political instability. Never done this. When in a settlement, political agitation or political instability decrease security by 1%. Whatever that means, because security is not a percentage. So what we want is unrest, I think. So either this, for political instability or agitation, or this, if there's already unrest, we get more unrest. And also lingering resentment, which also boosts unrest, I think. I don't know how that works, actually, with the lingering resentment. We should look at that. I'm not sure if he can actually do so much political agitation. But I would guess, if we have the greed stuff, we get political agitation, but I'm not sure. This is great if there's already unrest, but getting there is the problem. I'm gonna try the political agitation. We'll see how that works. You're going to do that. Where's my supplicant? 38 turns? Oh my god. No, I think you're just going back. And you're trying to... 5 security. What the fuck? And this is 4. No, that's way too much. 3, 3... There are some cities here which we could also... There are different nations which we could also try to agitate and murder. It doesn't say we need influence to do this, so we just want them to war. And devour sin. Greed. Yeah, it doesn't matter where this is. It doesn't matter if it's in our influence. It just needs to be a settlement of any kind with at least 50% greed. And they need to declare wars. They need to have declared an offensive war. Only the offensive war is what it is. That we can eat. So that's fine. We could do that here too. Which would probably be easiest, because usually the elves are easier to take over because there's only one slot in here. So you do it once and you're good. So this wouldn't probably take that long because, yeah, the arrogance is actually decreasing security. Their vigilance, yeah. Vigilance is not helping. They are very vigilant, but also very arrogant. Ruler intrigue stat. Now, see, this is kind of shit. And also both of them are capitals because, yeah, of course they are. They're one city states. So this is the only way the shadow can flow. We want this settlement to be infiltrated. And he can also infiltrate this settlement. Yeah, actually we will infiltrate with the supplicant here. We will infiltrate with him here. And the supplicant will then go and boost some shadow through. I think that's the plan for now. And this is already falling to shadow. That's pretty nice. Ish, at least. We have too much power. I can't do anything with that power. Yeah, in this case, this is only possible in our range here. I don't know if I'm doing the correct thing or just complete nonsense. But, sure. So you will do dark worship if I do this. So now you will spread shadow and you will be enshadowed. You're idle. That's not good. 32! Why? This is only 3 security. Why is it 32 now? The 4 was less. That's nonsense. I'm disappointed. Even this is 19. Why is this so long? All of a sudden, the complexity is not that high. My goodness. Okay, you need 9 turns and you need 10 turns more. Great stuff. I don't know how slow this. I don't like how slow the start is. We have some enshadowment here that is pushed into these locations. That's nice. Not enough though. I should have put something here. Damn. You're still laying low. Get yourself another sellsword. We're going to change some things. With 1 power we get more elder influence. Yeah, sure. I have power coming out of my bum. So that's fine. Alchemists. Ooh, with you. Yes, deceive them. Boom. Shadow. I don't want you to infiltrate this right now. It's 10 turns, too long. Go to the mountain and do it here. I'm actually embarrassed that we need to infiltrate our own mountain, but sure. That's some nice shadow here. That will already spread it. Hopefully. Maybe? No? Tiny, teeny bit. I could make this a well of shadow. This would be the better well of shadow. It's not the best coven. It would be better if the coven is like here and connected to these two or these three even. Or something. Or even here and connected to the city and to these two. That would be amazing. We could push so much shadows so quickly. It would be great. This is, again, just such a... such a bad spot. Which is shadowing. Good, good, good. These will be doing that as well in a bit. There's the infiltration. Good. You should definitely not do the dark worship. You would take way too long. You could influence, though, because you're quite good in command and lore. Still 15 turns. Actually, that's fine, because you need 10 more turns. Yeah, that's fine. 8 more turns. Now, what it seems, we found some guy. We could help them and gain some menace. We already are very high on menace. This would actually put our minimum menace up to 7. But that's kinda okay. I still would like them to like me. So we'll do that. That's fine. We could give them some menace, but they can just burn it down. 3% world panic, 6% victory. Okay. I mean, that looks good for at least so much. So we have decadence building. We have greed building. So this helmet is always decadence, it seems. Where's greed? It's great that they're also decadent, but I want greedy people as well. They can only be greedy in my influence. Well, that's nice. There's some hunger there. But it's not like I could grow my influence here. Because it needs to be a stupid trade route. That is so dumb. You can literally only grow here. Can I do more? No. I didn't look if I got another. I should have gotten another range, right? Dennis somewhere around? Dennis the Menace? Wow. I have not even an idea what that reference is, to be honest, but my god. My god, terrible hamster, why? Okay, apparently we can grow here. I don't know why. Is there actually a trade route? Okay, there's another trade route. Which is way too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god. I don't think we could grow to the... That's kind of sad. But we at least can grow here, which is kind of interesting. Let's see where that gets us. We should have already, hopefully, burned down a little bit of profile. Yeah. Okay, it should be fine. Maybe I should be pushing harder? I have no idea. I cannot infiltrate my own mountain. Why is my infiltration then not at 100% there? What the hell? I can't do anything here. That's kind of great. I cannot even do a well of shadows. What the hell? This is just a holy site. This is also just a holy site. These are two different ones. The Order of Hope and the Order... the Convocation of Purity. This is the seat of the Holy Order of the Convocation of Purity. So we definitely want to take that. And there's also... Yeah, Convocation of Purity is a lot here. I don't know what the Order of Hope is. There's not much there. Which makes it easier to take. There's more Order of Hope. Okay, Order of Hope is more in the south. But I think if we push for the Convocation of Purity, that could help. Which I still would like to infiltrate this, though. Let's infiltrate this. That's the only thing that I can do. There's tension, opinion swayed, pole circle. I don't want them to gain a liking, so that's not worth it. Okay, we can influence them. Let's just make sure they're on our side. I will push some stuff. These need to be enshadowed first before they actually spread shadow for us, I think. But yeah, they're going strong with enshadowment. City is not boosting though. And we need to get through this somehow. I'm sorry. Although it will not spread it, right? No, it won't. But we can spread from from up here down there. This is actually not that useful, but at least they will try to spread the faith if we enable that they are preaching, and that will help because that will make them stronger, and then they can also expand and then help with the shadow that way. So they will not give as much shadow right now, but they will later, hopefully, if we can boost them a little bit. And we basically want them to take over the Order of Hope and want the Convocation of Purity to, you know, establish here with us. If we can take over. Because they can be very strong. Especially if we could get the Baroness by desecrating this. Or this. And then just, you know, make them make vampires. I think that would be really helpful to distract heroes from plundering. Because they would have actual agents they need to hunt down. And again, we have power, but I can't use it. Which annoys me greatly. Oh, where's my Gemi, by the way? The heck? Did I not have my Gemi today? That's the wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry. Got a frog in my throat. There we go. That's better. Must have misclicked there and not opened it. Dennis the Menace is a daily syndicated newspaper comic strip originally created, written, and illustrated by Hank Ketchum. Ketchum. Okay. Ash Ketchum. The comic strip made its debut on March 1951. Oh my god. The good thing is, the city only needs any infiltration. That makes this considerably easier and better. Okay, should we start with this though, is the question. I'm not sure. But now I'm a little committed here. And I still want to have the infiltration, the push going through. You're just doing worship, and you're driving Shadowback. I hate you. Stupid old man. And there are already wards being established. Ugh. Ugh, twice. You bastards, stop it. I need more shadow. Yeah, the Well of Shadows will not do anything. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do some Dark Worship. He's just influencing still. And then we come back. There is some war. Declares war on the blah blah blah, raid their territories. The Convocation of Purity. So these guys. Declare war on the Horde. Can I now use this? It's an offensive war. And the Convocation of Purity is here. But it must be the greed. Yeah, there's no greed here, unfortunately. Okay, that's why we want to drive greed and not necessarily decadence. Ugh, okay. Okay. So basically what we want is, we want people from here to declare war on us. I would assume. But them being so less prosperous than us that we can just field more armies and murder them. That's basically what we want. And this isn't... There's no greed here, so I can't use this. There's also no greed here, because the orcs apparently don't know greed. And that's kind of shit. That doesn't help me. That is very weird. What a very weird god again. Decadence is falling. That's fine. Sure, I have power. Oh yes, call the daughter to serve. That could be nice. And that she's down here. This time maybe we'll do it. We just need to murder someone down here, which is hard to do sometimes. Well, often actually. The Convocation of Purity has preached, and he is now part of it. So they're spreading. We really need to take over the Convocation of Purity there. That's gonna be important. For civil war, own city should work. Committed to evil. Damn, so little greedy people. Well, they don't have a need to for greed because they are so rich. That's why they're decadent. But that's why we want others to be greedy, actually. Because if we could make these guys greedy by doing the smuggler thing, they would just, or these guys rather, they would just declare war on us. And hopefully with all the decadence, we could actually do something. But we need to... Well, can I do it? Can I do it already? We need to infiltrate this city, that's important. Both of them. Paris as well. But let's just quickly do this, so we have some shadow building up. Yeah, shadow driven back. That will erase all of the shadow. Some people are aware. We can influence the pole circle. Sure. Work for us. And that should hopefully... Do they have the tenant too? Yes, Dark Worship. There you go. And that should allow us to push some. Oh, there is still some left. That's good. You only erased 2. 25%. Okay, this is now infiltrated. That's good. That will increase the shadow. But now we need to take this one. I want the Convocation of Purity. Which is here as well. So let's start here. Interesting that this mountain belongs to no one. So you will infiltrate here now. Pole circle, no, I don't want anyone to like you. They're now at 100, that's okay. And you go and... Yeah, what do you do? Is the question. Getting some infiltration here would boost shadow as well. Maybe some docks, so there could be a cult. But the security is so high still. I think I'm just gonna go with you to the elves and get some warbears, and then we're leaving. While you are doing some dark worship and boost, you're getting some level up. That's kind of nice. I want you to get intrigue first, but we want some lore with you too. Or maybe some might. It's really hard to get them a lot of levels. So, that is at 100% now. That is nothing. And this got some shadow. That's pretty nice. And then the shadow will spread here too at some point. Oh yes, it will. So, what we now want to do is basically make this a well of shadows. There's some pressure from here. We could make both of them to a well of shadows. Which I probably do not want. Wait, no, go back. Before we do that, get some intrigue. Before we do that, you need to lay down. Lay low, I mean. You shouldn't have skipped your turn. Get some warbears. Decadence is falling, that's fine. Using this god will be a challenge. Nice thing is, warbears are free. I don't care about partial success. I don't know what this would help you with. If you're recruiting warbears. I mean, you could use that then. Supplicant's name is cleared. Good. That will make this lay low process a little bit easier. Yeah, very easy. Good. Actually, do you need that now? I don't think so. I think you're just making a well of shadows here. To spread it to these elves really quickly. And you will use the lowered security to actually infiltrate. Shadow driven back, I hate it. That is really good. It's exactly where we want it. We can influence the pole circle again. Make him love us. It's interesting that's the pole coven because it's at the pole. I don't like that you're idle. Warbear. Well of Shadows, let's go. You're infiltrating first, because I don't know how long that will take. How long that will stay. So make the most of it. It's 20 turns though. Yeah, and then you're gonna do a warbear again. You can influence another circle. Nice. We need to power through there for sure. If we could get some preachers. We could also go for maximum dark worship. But it's from temples, so that doesn't work at all right now. Let's get some preachers. Let's try to fight someone here. Which is tension. You've got the farming community. Good. That's way more shadow. Nice. And we'll work. We can't work the city. Oh, we could work the city right now. And I mean, we could make this city declare war on them and other way around as well. So having a thing here. Also, you know, a market would be nice. We could just infiltrate the market. Which might help us. Can we lay low at this place? I don't think we can even lay low at the mountain. No, we can't. That kind of sucks. Okay, we'll try to infiltrate the market here. There is no ward. There is a ward. Why don't I see this? That's annoying. Infiltrate the market. How long does it take? 20 turns. Okay, that's a lot. Well, now it takes a little bit less long. 17. Okay, we shaved 3 turns off. That's nice. Hero redeemed. Blah, blah, blah. And shadowing, and shadowed, and shadowing. Good stuff, good stuff. Courtier menace is reduced by 20. That's kind of nice. Well, then I don't have to lay low. That's pretty good. Because menace was the most important thing, but thank you to my family. Baby, let's go. Also, you could do that better. The city where the courtier should spawn is probably one with a big family and stuff. Because you want to enshadow them easier. You want to, you know, use them or have these events happen, basically. If I could get the docks, I could get the malign catch and make everyone mad here. That would work. I just don't know how much time I want to spend there now still. It doesn't matter. It's the the same thing. It's both at its minimum. Now, what can I do with my stuff? I don't want to call too many too quickly, you know? That's why I'm biding my time here. Although that might not be good, but also it might be great, because, I mean, we have only a turn limit right now, nothing else. The World Panic is not going to raise from my god. Look at that. Even if I raise by 3%, it's still going to be at 6%. It's just the shadow that increases it right now. Profile is down, so let's call some people. 40. Actually, this town is quite nice. There's no one here. I think we'll take more from this town. Another 18. We need another one. Religious tension. Good. That's what I want. I want the Order of Hope to be erased by these guys, because I have control over them, and I don't want to invest into the Order of Hope too much. I mean, we're doing that because we have this, so we're getting a tiny teensy bit. But I want to invest into the Convocation of Purity heavily, because that's basically my main territory, and I want to control them and not let them work against me. Snowstorm. I have power. Who cares? I don't need it anyway. Good, people are shadowing, that's nice. I'd like to have some plague. See, the big problem with not going for shadow is you can go for shadow at the beginning, because usually your tomb is full of shadow. What you cannot do is go with a plague from the beginning, for example. Which, even though I would like to do a plague much more than I would do shadow right now. But I need sewers. I need a city with sewers, and I need to infiltrate it, which is really hard to do and takes a lot of turns to get there. I mean, this city would be perfect for that. And then just have a little plague run rampant, you know? Just to decrease their prosperity, maybe. And then maybe draw their prosperity out to here so they declare war on them. And we also need to switch wars around, which is kind of weird. Because one time I want my Paris here to declare war on someone. But then I want to declare them, have them declare war on Paris, because now I want these things, because I can't do this again here in this little country. I cannot eat the sin more than once in the location, so I need to switch them around in their civil wars and bullshit. Or, you know, not only civil wars, but greed wars, basically. A civil war alone wouldn't do much. Menace reduced doesn't do anything, so give me gold. Sure, I protect you again. Damn, this guy needs protection, huh? Good, we're pushing Shadow. You're doing well, only 6 more turns. I think I want to infiltrate the docks here. Ooh, that takes a while. It's only 3 security, but man, you shit. Fine, I'm still gonna do it. 25 turns, that's fine, because then we could also do the malign catch. And that would work very well with what we have here. And then spread madness too. So hopefully distracting from the coven that is enshadowing everyone. Who knows? We're already driving Shadow back. Ooh, that's a lot of Shadow. Neat. You don't get pushed though, so I don't know where it comes from. That's kind of weird. You don't see where the shadow comes from here. You can't see the push. It's definitely coming from here and here in this location, but you cannot see how strong, because there is nothing here. That's just a, you know, just an area, and that's not great. I wish I would be a little bit more clear. What would we want? Ooh, we could make them do Abyssal Faith stuff. That's actually not bad. Okay, so they will increase a liking for that, and at maximum liking, their temples will create Deep One cults. So you need to invest in this hard. It's all about temples. It's literally all about temples. Even this is just temples, but yeah, I actually should just invest in this so they enshadow faster. Which is kind of sad. Combat banditry, that's fine. Religious tension. Ah, the crones are back. Why are they always back? It's fine. The queen is shadowing. Good, we're getting them, we're getting them. Should have driven back in the convent. That's not nice. That's rather annoying, but the ruler's enshadowed, so you're done. You're done, bud. What is happening here? The Convocation of Purity is also the nation. That's kind of interesting. Infiltrate the Avon City. Good. Spread Shadow a little bit more, that's why I wanted that. Otherwise I don't need it. And we had that event, so it was feeling good to do that. It was a good feeling. Infiltrate the market, good, we have that too. That means Shadow will spread a bit much, a bit much, for sure. You're fine, so you could get another sellsword, that's pretty nice. So that's 15, that is 40, it's 50. We don't have 50. You could either get the gun or the sellsword, and I think the sellsword at least keeps you safe for now. Let's get the sellsword real quick and then we go further. Yeah, you have your last Elven Warbear, that's nice. They're not awesome, but they are at least free. I mean, they're basically like sellswords, just better defense. So that's nice. What else? I think you're done here for now. We can hope that Shadow is doing something now, and they hopefully get the faith in a hold here, because I think they will. There's no one really opposing them. They will control the whole island, which will spread Shadow on its own. So I don't need to invest more in this. What I want though is probably this city and this city infiltrated. This has only a security of 4. Yeah, I think this is perfect. So, you go here and infiltrate the elves. You recruit the sellsword, that's nice. And I want to eat a few more if I have it in me. You go here and infiltrate this one. This we need because, yeah, all of this we need for more Convocation of Purity. How is my profile looking? Good. Okay. Let's put a cut in here, though. Thank you for watching. Leave me a like if you enjoyed the episode. So far, we're building up. I mean, we're spreading some shadow as always. We try to eat people. Nom nom. And make them greedy. So, let's see how that goes. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave me a like, sub the YouTube. It really, really helps. Also, you know, new run, so it's great if you leave me likes and all that jazz, because it helps grow the channel and make people aware of the series. And also come to Twitch and come to Discord, and I see you on the next one. Bloop bloop, everyone.